Hey everybody, and welcome to this new book haul video. I'm Inxlaura123, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you some new books I got recently. So hope you'll enjoy watching. If you do, please click like, comment, share, and please subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. Also, don't forget to smash that notification bell to all notifications. Then you can see when I've uploaded new videos and also when I'm doing live streams. Okay, it is so cold right now. I'm actually sitting in my jacket while I film this video. And also, this is really sad, I've got a pair of gloves here because my hands are absolutely freezing. We've got the central heating on, but it's just still cold, like so cold. We actually had a bit of snow. I'm putting these gloves on. Actually had a bit of snow yesterday here in the UK. Not much, it didn't really settle, but you know, it was snowing. Okay, so yeah, I've got some new books. Now I'm going to be honest with you, I had a moment of weakness. I do feel guilty, but I don't, if that makes sense. But yeah, I was in Waterstones, and yeah, I don't know. I had no control at all. Like, I was like a kid in a candy shop. Like, literally, I was like, oh, I want that book, I want that book. Oh, this book, oh, that. And I just ended up basically getting the books that I wanted. And then I got to the till and I was like, oh, yeah, I know. The thing is, right, here's the thing. I don't feel mega guilty because it was out of my gift vouchers I had for Christmas. You know, I'd ask people for gift vouchers for Waterstones as Christmas presents because I love buying books, and people were like, what do you want? And I was like, Waterstone vouchers. So, you know, it's not out of my own cash, so I didn't feel like but I still felt bad because the gift vouchers were meant to last longer than like just the first week of January. You get me? So, you know, that wasn't great, but it, you know, yeah. and you know, it just really cheered me up. I've been through a horrible tough time the last few months. My beautiful mum passed away a couple of months ago, and you know, there's a lot to deal with emotionally, and I'm just, you know, trying to do everything, trying to get back into a normal routine, trying to work, trying to look after things with the house, and just, you know, get out and have my normal life as normal as I can, whilst kind of grieving. Like, it's just been tough. And I suppose for me, like, book shopping it's just really pleasurable and fun and relaxing, and, you know, as they say, retail therapy. You know, for me, I don't drink, you know, I don't smoke. You know, I'm on this healthy eating kick now, and, you know, getting fit and healthy and exercising, and so, you know, this is my kind of only vice, I suppose, is buying books. And, you know, I shouldn't buy them because I've got so many books that I haven't read yet. I've got piles of books. I've got books in bookcases. I just got books laying on the sofa. Like, they're just everywhere. I've even got book wallpaper. But like, I don't know. It's kind of like, as I say, I felt guilty, but it was such a happy moment. Like, I love book shopping, and I don't know, I had a moment of weakness. I come home and Nathan, my fiance, was like, how many books have you bought? And I was like, just one. He's like, no, you haven't. And I was like, and I got them all out, and they was just like, oh God. But like, he doesn't care what I do. Do you know what I mean? It's my money, or it's my gift vouchers or whatever. But it's the thing of, like, they're just everywhere. You know, the house is being took over by books. And I felt like back in the day I had so much more free time, like, on my hands, so I could read, and it was great. Now I'm working more hours, you know, and then I have to go out about and do things, and I'm filming, then I'm editing. I just feel like I don't get as much time to read as I would like and as I used to. And so obviously I'm not going through the books as quick, and then there's more books being added, and it's just, yeah. But there we go. But, you know, look, it's my passion, and I love it, and I don't know. I bought books. I bought some books. Right, so I'm going to show you the books, tell you a bit about them, maybe give you some ideas for books as well. And I always say to people, you know, that pass judgment and comments, you know, about my book buying and in excess, you know, I'm like, at least I'm not wasting my money or whatever on smoking or drinking. And do you know what I mean? There's worse things that I could be addicted to and buy with my money and do than reading. Do you know what I mean? That's what makes me feel a bit better. Anyhow, so yeah, I've got some books from Waterstones to show you, and also a book that I found in a very random place. But I'll tell you about that and where I found it in a moment. So let's get started with the first book, which is a hardcover. This was half price. Trying to make myself feel better. Look at this cover. It's just so cute with a little cat there. Meow. It's called The Cat Who Solved 3 Murders by L.T. Shearer. I'd not heard of this book at all. I literally just saw it in the window at Waterstones, and I just thought it was absolutely adorable. I love the colouring of that cat and all, like, the cat prints, like paw prints and that. It's just absolutely adorable. I really love this bright green colour. It gives me the vibes, I don't know if it's the font or the style, I don't know, of the Richard Osman books, which I love. So I think it's going to be a fun, cosy, mystery kind of book. So yeah, it's called The Cat Who Solved 3 Murders. Let me tell you about it. I am sitting in my hallway upstairs and it's not the best lighting, but I wanted to sit here because I've got my book wallpaper. So I'm going to try my best to read stuff, but it's like, it's not great lighting. Okay, so an art heist turns deadly. Retired police detective Lulu Lewis's life changed forever when she met a street cat named Conrad. There's something very special about Conrad, but it's a secret she has to keep to herself. When Lulu takes her narrow boat to Oxford, I'd love to go on a narrow boat. Sorry, random information, but I'd love that. She's planning nothing more stressful than attending a friend's birthday party and drinking a few glasses of Chardonnay. But a brutal murder and a daring art theft means her plans are shattered, and instead she and Conrad find themselves on the trail of a killer who may well strike again. Honestly, this just sounds so much fun. Is it just me, or does that give you Richard Osman vibes? I don't know. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to read that. I think, especially being a bit down, obviously, with my emotions at the moment, I need these kind of fun, uplifting, silly, kind of mystery, cozy vibes books. So that's that one. Okay, now, so the second book I'm going to show you, I am not allowed to read the back of, and I'll tell you why. So I've got Rebecca Ross, Ruthless Vows. I'm going to cover the back. I don't want to see anything. There we go. Look at that gorgeous cover. Like, come on, it is beautiful. All the letters and the way they're looking at each other. So I'll tell you why I can't read the back cover is because my current read is somewhere. Hold on. There we go. Right, yeah, this is the current read, and this is number 1, and this is Divine Rivals. No God, no war, no one can come between them. So let me know in the comments, actually, what cover you like the best, like, as in just looks-wise, like aesthetics. Do you like Divine Rivals or Ruthless Vows best? I really love them both. I don't know. I do love this one, though, with all the letters, like, just flying around them. But then, I don't know, I like looking at their actual faces full on, like face on. I don't know, they're both really beautiful. So this book is, as I say, my current read. And honestly, the hype about this book has been so, like last year, it was everywhere. Everyone was like, read Divine Rivals, especially viewers as well had like saying to me, you should really read this book. It's really good. I know you'll love it. And I looked it up and I was like, yes, it is my cup of tea. I'm going to buy it. However, I then also saw lots of people saying that there's like the book ends on such a cliffhanger, and obviously that at the time they thought they'd have to, they'd have to wait like another year until this one comes out to find out what happens. And I was like, oh no. I thought I'll leave it. I'll think ahead, because I don't like books that end on cliffhangers. It really irritates me. Unless I've got the book anyway, like the next one. I can just go from one to another. That's fine. But like if you have to wait a year, I forget what happens in the first one, or it's just annoying. I don't like it. So I thought I'm going to wait till number 2 is out. And then if I like number 1, which by the way, I don't just like, I'm loving, I can get number 2. So I don't know anything about this. I don't want to read the back. I don't want to look at it. All I know is I've got it £2 off as well. It just says on the front, torn apart by war, reunited by love. That's all I know. So that is number 2 waiting for me. But yeah, really quickly, I mean, come on, this, if you're into fantasy and stuff and just romance, and it's so beautiful, honestly, the wording. And there's a bit, actually, I folded over this page, which I don't normally do in my books, but here's the thing, some of my books I'll read and then I'll just sell them on eBay if they're like good condition, and then I get obviously some money back, and then that money will go towards more books. It's kind of like a circle of, getting a book, selling it, getting money, getting another book, right? But if they're really special books, if I really love the characters, if I really love the story, or they look so beautiful, like I will keep them, on my bookcases and stuff. And this one is not going anywhere. This is staying with me, right? So I will do things like fold over pages, because I know I'm keeping it. I'm not going to resell or anything. And I read this, and I want to read it to you, because it really touched me last night. I was reading this, and as I say, I'm going through that grief process. I miss my mum so much. I'm not going to go into it in this video because it's about books, but maybe at some point I'll do like a grief-themed vlog or something, because I know other people obviously go through the same stuff. But I read this, and I don't know, it just really touched me. So bear with me a second. This is really bad lighting. So yeah, this main character, I don't want to give any spoilers, but the main character, I suppose it's been out a year, but the main character's mum has just died right? Right, bear with me a second. And the guy, the main guy, he's been through grief as well, and so it's, yeah, they've both kind of been through this grief. So bear with me 1 second. I've just got to get to where I'd read that I really thought was just so amazing and beautiful. No, that's not the right bit. Hold on. Have I folded over the wrong page? Oh, hold on. It's here. I must have folded over another quote. I know people do, like, you know, highlight bits, but I don't want to draw on books. I'd rather just like fold over things if I'm keeping them. Ah, here we go. Okay. So this is concerning grief. Okay. So it says, right, where am I? But, sorry. This is awful. I'm terrible. To feel as if, right, okay, so this has gone longer than I anticipated, right? But I know what it feels like to lose someone you love, to feel as if you've been left behind, or like your life is in shambles and there's no guidebook to tell you how to stitch it back together. But time will slowly heal you, as it is doing for me. There are good days and there are difficult days. Your grief will never fully fade and it will always be with you, a shadow you carry in your soul. But it will become fainter as your life becomes brighter. You will learn to live outside of it again, as impossible as that may sound. Others who share your pain will also help you heal, because you are not alone, not in your fear or your grief or your hopes. In your grief or your hopes or your dreams, you are not alone. I had to read that like a few times last night because it touched me so much. It was like, I don't know, I just really connected with it. And I read it to Nathan as well. I was like, you got to listen to this. It was just so beautiful. And this is how, like, the book is wrote, so, like, just beautiful. But I'll tell you what it's about if you've not heard of it and you want to know. So it says, when two rival journalists find love through a magical connection, their fate depends on their facing the depths of hell together. After centuries of sleep, the gods are warring again. All 18-year-old Iris Winone wants to do is hold her family together. With a brother forced to fight on behalf of the gods, now missing from the front line, and a mother drowning her sorrows, Iris's best bet is winning the columnist promotion at the Oath Gazette. But when Iris's letters to her brother fall into the wrong hands, those of the handsome but cold Roman Kit, her rival at the paper, an unlikely magical connection forms. Expelled into the middle of a mystical war, typewriters in tow, can their bond withstand the fight for the fate of mankind, most importantly for love? An epic enemies to lovers fantasy novel filled with hope, heartbreak, and the unparalleled power of love. Honestly, I can get now why everyone's raving about it. So yeah, I'm going to go straight from that on to number 2. I'm not sure if it's a duology or if it's like a series. I'm hoping just a duology, but I don't know. Anyway, next book is this one here. The Tao is Forbidden, and this is by Polly Crosby. Really cool cover. I like the way it kind of looks like trees, but then when you look again, it's like really tall buildings and stuff. So this is about, it says, control the story, control the world. It's like a kind of feminist version of fairy tales, and like how, you know, in old school fairy tales that the girl always needs like the damsel in distress, and we always need the man to help us, which, yeah, I'll be honest, sometimes I do need a man to help me, and that's fine. But like, you know, this is kind of twisting those kind of, you know, rules and stuff, whereas this girl kind of takes over and she says like she can, you know, be the queen in the story, you know, the strong character. She doesn't need to rely on men, that kind of thing. So I don't know, I'd not heard of it. I saw it, I really like the cover, and I like things with like, you know, really strong female characters and, you know, like fairy tales and stuff. So yeah, it says dark, rich, compelling, clever feminist novel about the power of story, family and friendship. I don't know, I just saw it and thought it looked really cool, and I would read that. I think that sounds really good. Now, the other book I've had on my radar for a while, and I finally got it, is The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. 1, 2, 3. How gorgeous is this cover? Like, come on now. That is beautiful, with all the different coloured books on the shelf. It's just so nice. And then, if you can see in there as well, my gloves, a little lighthouse, and this house there, just, oh my God. This is supposed to be really, really good. I've had so many good things about this book. And it looks beautiful. It says here it's a mixture. What is it? A beautiful novel. It's part Willy Wonka, part magical realism, and wholly moving. So yeah, it just sounds so like cool. And I get, when I read what it was about, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I am feeling that Willy Wonka golden ticket kind of thing. So let me tell you what it's about. It says, years ago, a reclusive mega best-selling author quit writing under mysterious circumstances. Suddenly he resurfaces with a brand new book and a one-of-a-kind competition offering a prize that will change the winner's life. Make a wish. So I'm getting that whole kind of Willy Wonka thing, and it just sounds really cool. It looks beautiful as well. So yeah, pick that up. And the last book I got from Waterstones was this one, and it's by Sasha Lawrence, and it's called Young Blood. Ever living, never dying, always thirsty. So this is an LGBTQI plus themed book. I know there's sapphic romance in it and stuff, but like, it's vampires. Okay, it's vampires. Your girl here loves vampires. Ever since I was a kid, I was obsessed with vampires. And for a while in my teenage goth years, I thought I was a vampire. It sounds so weird saying that, but there we go, I've been honest. And this thing here, right, here's the thing. So I remember finding out about, I think this was like last year or the year before, finding out about this book, and I was like, oh wow, this sounds my cup of tea. And then so what I did at the time, I had Audible. I haven't got Audible anymore. I deleted it because I just wasn't using it enough, and I was like, I don't need to be wasting money on audiobooks when I'm just not listening to it. But I remember listening, and I just didn't like the person who was doing the audio of it. Like, I didn't like their voice. I'm really fussy. Me and my friend actually were discussing this the other day, that in audiobooks, it really does depend on who's reading it out. And it can be really like silly, like you just don't like the accent or the way they read it, or it's just something. If it doesn't feel right, you won't listen to it. Maybe that's really awful thing to say, but I'm being honest, and my friend agreed. And so when I actually downloaded this, I was like, oh, I just couldn't connect with a voice. So I thought, I'll keep my eye out, and if I ever see it in the shops, I'll just get a... And then here it was. It's finally here in the UK. It's really difficult to get this one. I've not seen it. So yeah, Sasha Lawrence, Young Blood, and as I say, it's a vampire story. So it says, when Kat Finn arrives at Harcourt, she's in uncharted territory. She's suddenly thrust into the alluring world of elite vampires, and her fortune is about to change. Taylor Sandra is tired of the vampire world's out-of-touch views, especially as an out and proud lesbian. She's willing to fly under the radar for 2 more years at Harcourt, but Kat's arrival changes everything. Kat and Taylor were once best friends, and it didn't end well. A horrifying discovery means they have to set their differences aside and investigate the deep secrets of Harcourt and the conspiracy of all of vampiredom. As they investigate, will their old friendship be rekindled into something more? She just looks, I mean, they both look really cool, right? But this one here, this vampire looks just cool. So yeah, I just think that sounds really good fun. And I really hope, like, reading it properly, you know, like reading, instead of listening to it, I'll enjoy it more. Hopefully. So I think that's it, yeah, from Waterstones. Now, here's the book that I found in really random circumstances. I was walking home the other day in the rain, right? It was pouring of rain, like literally, I was like just a drowned rat, right? And I saw this bag on the floor, right, outside some random road that I walked down. I was like, is that a bag of books? And there were, I kid you not, so many books in this bag, right? And I'm not the sort of person to go through people's like rubbish or anything, but like, I just, obviously someone had left them out there for people to take, you know, when people do that. And I thought, oh, you know, being a bookworm, I was like peering in. So I had a little look, and the only one that I wanted for myself is this one by Teresa Driscoll, and it's called I Am Watching You, with the red pen circled around the O there. By the way, all the books in the bag were all like psychological thrillers. Some of them I'd already read. There's a few James Patterson ones in there as well. But yeah, I'm thinking in my mind, why didn't they just give them to charity shops or something? But they just left them, just like take them. Anyway, this got absolutely drenched in the rain. But what you can kind of see the watermark in there. But what I did, I stuck them under the central heating radiator. And I'll be honest, it has dried it a lot. I mean, it's a little bit ruined, but like, it's still readable. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, this is a thriller, and it just says, a missing girl, a tormented witness, a web of lies, and someone is watching. When Ella Longfield overhears 2 attractive young men flirting with teenage girls on a train, she thinks nothing of it, until she realises they are fresh out of prison, and her maternal instinct is put on high alert. Just as she's decided to call for help, something stops her. The next day, she wakes up to the news that one of the girls, beautiful green-eyed Anna Ballard, has disappeared. A year later, Anna is still missing, and Ella is wrecked with guilt over what she failed to do. And she's not the only one who can't forget. Someone is sending her threatening letters that make her fear for her life. Then an anniversary appeal reveals that Anna's friends and family might have something to hide. Anna's best friend Sarah hasn't been telling the whole truth about what really happened that night, and her parents have been keeping secrets of their own. Someone knows where Anna is, and they're not telling, but they are watching Ella. And I picked it up and walked home with it because I just thought that cover was really cool, right? And then I read that and I was like, whoa, this actually sounds like so good. So yeah, a free book, and it sounds really good. So yeah, very different books there. But, you know, this is the thing with my reading. Like, I like to read a bit of this and a bit of that. And I know some people are like just one kind of genre. Like, for example, Nathan, my fiance, he mainly just, I mean, he reads non-fiction as well. But when it comes to fiction, he's mainly like sci-fi. That's his thing. He loves sci-fi, right? And for me, like, I don't mind a bit of sci-fi. Don't get me wrong, but I prefer the mixture of like all these different genres. So I'm very much a mood reader. And so I might think, oh, you know, I fancy something dark and scary, or I might fancy something fluffy and silly, or romantic, or fantasy, or so yeah, that's why I read and buy lots of different genres. And you know, it's nice to have that choice, that option of what I want to choose. So there's that. I'm really rambling, I'm really sorry, this is a rambling video. But anyway, I hope you've got some ideas for books that you'd like to read yourself. Let me know in the comments section, by the way, what you are currently reading. I love getting your comments. I feel like I don't really get that many comments, like, so please get involved, interact, leave a comment or 2 or 3, because as I say, I really enjoy, you know, reading your comments and getting back. I always reply to people, always get back to everyone who comments, so please do let me know what you're reading. Let me know if there's any new books that are coming out you're excited about. See, I've got these, but I've also got lots of pre-orders coming out this year, and I'm like, oh no. So I really need to find time. Like, if anyone's got advice for how I can make more time for reading, how do you do it? You know, if you've got a busy lifestyle and you're a bookworm like me, how do you find the time? Do you read at a certain time? Or, I mean, some people say they read in bed, but I don't do that, because like we just sort of kind of stay up late, and I just normally end up falling asleep on the sofa and then dragging my ass upstairs to bed, and I couldn't read, you know, I'd be too tired. So I tend to do my reading sort of, well, now I tend to do it like early evening, and then through the evening. But then the thing with me, I have this, I know it's a bit odd, but I can only read when it's really quiet, or if I've got like my earphones on with some white noise or some like random sound effects and things on YouTube. I just go on these videos like sounds of the rain, or, you know, white noise, and then I can concentrate on my reading. But like if Nathan's got the TV on, and there's a show, obviously people are talking, I just get distracted. Even if it's a show I'm not in the least bit interested, but I can't focus on what I'm reading. So yeah, and that's the thing, finding quiet time. Now, eventually this year, hopefully, my mum's room, which is there, and even though when it will be my room still, I'll still call it my mum's room, because it's always forever going to be my mum's room, right? But I'm going to be turning it into a kind of library area, and I'm going to have bookcases, and my little chair from my bedroom is going to go in there, so I can just sit and, you know, be nice and snug in this kind of quiet room of books and stuff. Also, I'm a big kid and I collect Barbie dolls and other dolls and teddy bears, so half of the room's going to be kind of lots of teddy bears and dolls, very childlike, and half of it's going to be like the library area. So that'll be really nice and cozy, and like a little reading nook. And because I said to Nathan, like, I'll have more time in the evenings, I'll be like, right, you can watch your show downstairs for an hour, and I'll just go and sit and read for an hour and just have quiet time, because I'm really struggling to find that quiet for me to read. My brain just gets too distracted. But it's going to look so nice in there. You know, at the moment, we're using my mum's bedroom as a kind of like storage room. They shut our office down where we work, so we've got all the stuff back from there that we kept. So that's all in there. And I've got other bits and pieces. And it is just, yeah, it's quite messy in there at the moment, but yeah, we're having some issues with our house as well, so things need to be fixed, and then we can get redecorated, and that's when we'll start, you know, working on that. That's going to be like the second room that we start working on in the house. And I want to have, like, at the moment my mum had like quite dark blue colour in the bedroom, which I don't know, I don't like that blue colour, so I want to kind of lighten it up, and I'm thinking like gold, cream, that kind of colour. Lots of art on the wall to make it really like homely, and just, I love art, you know, so I just want to go out and choose like random prints and pictures to put up on the walls. Excuse me. And I'm gonna have, like I say, like nice little reading nook, lovely bookcases. I might even get, I'm so tempted in the future to get one of those book trolleys, you know, that I get so jealous, right, when I see YouTubers have their book trolleys, because I'm like, I want a book trolley. So yeah, one of those. Obviously I'm gonna have like a little desk area where I can do my editing and stuff, and I'll film in there sometimes. So there's so much to do, right? My life is so I don't know, hectic. That is why I'm struggling to find time. I can just switch off, be quiet and read. And I've just got so many books, and I've just got a load more. And then I've got pre-orders coming out, and I'm like, how am I going to read all these books? But there we go. Anyway, I'm so sorry for rambling there, and just the whole video of me rambling. I just realised I've dropped my bookmark out of my book that I'm reading, Divine Rivals, which is very silly. So I don't know where I was. I'll have to find it. I know roughly where I am, so I'll just, yeah. Do you ever do that? Do you ever drop your bookmark out of your book and then think, where was I? But yeah. But anyway, let me know in the comments and say what you're reading, what books coming out you're excited for. If you've read any really bad books recently, let me know, or good books recently. And that's that. Anyway, please give this video a big thumbs up. In a pair of gloves, or not in a pair of gloves, it's up to you. Leave a comment, share the video out on your community tab, social media, really helps me to promote the channel and stuff. Please subscribe to my channel. I can see my channel is starting to grow finally on the vlog channel and stuff, so please subscribe, you know. I have another channel as well I'd love you to check out, Minx Laura 123 ASMR. The link's down below to that, as are all the links to my social media and my Goodreads page if you're on the Goodreads app. I love Goodreads so much. And a throwing wish list if you want to spoil me or treat me. I've actually added some book vouchers, so like if anyone wants to buy me, there's me complaining, buy me books. Yeah, I have like other things as well on there, so yeah, I've got a throwing wish list. So take care of yourself, and happy reading, my fellow bookworm buddies, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to take my glove off now because and the other one, because I feel silly sitting in gloves. Yeah. Anyway, see you later. Bye.